Alpine's pre-season test runs in Bahrain were not exactly what they had hoped for. However, this simply implies that their upcoming skirmish with McLaren is bound to be an exhilarating one, given that McLaren is not in the pinnacle of their game either. Meanwhile, Alpine might encounter a hurdle in the form of Aston Martin, who is currently experiencing a purple patch and carrying high expectations. Yet, the Alpine squad is positively brimming with assurance as they gear up for the commencement of the Formula One season in Bahrain. Their spirits have been further uplifted by the impending debut of their very first upgrade package, which promises to add a new dimension to their already impressive arsenal. The technical director of Alpine, Matt Harmon, has hinted at the possibility of emulating Ferrari's front wing, which showcased slot gap separators. This move comes on the heels of the separators being given the green light by the authorities, clearing the way for teams to incorporate them in their design. Enstone's team is now pondering the potential benefits of adopting this innovative feature and how it could augment their performance on the track. Let's get right into it. During the 3-day pre-season test in Sakhir, the performance of Alpine's drivers, Esteban Ocon and Pierre Gasly, was not particularly conspicuous on the timing screens. The team had deliberately concentrated on conducting longer runs and exploring the capabilities of their A523, opting to forego the utilization of low fuel or the employment of Pirelli's softest tires. Nevertheless, competing teams have given indications that the Enstone-based crew appears to be a force to be reckoned with and could potentially contend with Aston Martin for the midfield throne. According to technical director Matt Harmon, the team was content with the results of the test, as they have a keen understanding of the level of performance that they possess at their disposal. Harmon exudes an air of confidence in his team's performance, stating that they have not pushed the car to its full potential. However, he does not wish to dwell on this fact, as it is uncertain how the other teams are performing, and the analysis of their competition is a perplexing undertaking. Nonetheless, the Enstone crew is pleased with how their aerodynamics are functioning and the positive outcomes yielded by the varied developments. Their eagerness to tackle the first race of the season is palpable, and they are anticipating an electrifying contest on the track. Otmar Zafnauer, the principal of the team, concurs that the pre-season testing has given rise to some auspicious signs which have bolstered their confidence to a certain extent. Although he remains cautious in his optimism, fully aware of the dynamics of the sport can be unpredictable, the team is eagerly anticipating the commencement of the season, eager to make their mark on the field. This is what he said: "We haven't taken the fuel out yet to see what we can do over one lap. My optimism comes from the fact that our long-run pace looks pretty good and that we've had decent feedback from the drivers saying they're happy with the car. It's predictable, there's no gremlins, no snappiness. However, there's still some work to be done." The technical director of Alpine, Matt Harmon, has revealed that the team will debut their first upgrade package in the upcoming opening round of the season in Bahrain. The package will feature some notable visual differences, and the team is optimistic that it will provide a substantial boost to their efforts in claiming the coveted third position or even surpassing it. Building upon the lessons gleaned from the recent testing, the team has grand aspirations to be aggressively progressive in their development, perhaps even more so than they were in the previous year. Alpine's tendency to consistently introduce new components to the car last year, in contrast to other teams' proclivity for infrequent but substantial packages, was a hallmark of their approach, and Harmon hopes to replicate that strategy in the upcoming season. It may not be every race, because as the cars are evolving, they're becoming more integrated, and therefore the packages that you need to bring need to be a little bit more widespread, he said. Harmon made it clear that Alpine's development strategy for the season is to constantly seek improvement and bring upgrades to the car at every opportunity, even if they may not be immediately visible to the naked eye. He emphasized that the team was committed to their approach of regularly introducing new parts and innovations, as they had done last season, and that they had the resources and finances to continue doing so. Harmon also expressed confidence in the team's ability to handle the workload and stay on top of the development program. Last year, Mercedes debuted a controversial front-wing design featuring 5 new stabilizers at the United States Grand Prix. The design sparked controversy, as it was initially believed to have more of an aerodynamic function than what was allowed by the regulations. However, the regulations have since been changed, with the word primarily being removed from the rules governing the separators. This means that they are now permitted to have more of an aerodynamic function. Ferrari was quick to take advantage of this change, decking out its SF23 with 5 separators on the front wing. Now Alpine is considering following suit. Technical director Matt Harmon has stated that while the team has looked into the design, they have not yet decided whether to implement it on their car. Harmon noted that the regulation changes are clear, allowing teams to use separators for aerodynamic purposes. He added that it ultimately comes down to the specific concept of their car and that he may announce if and when they decide to use the separators. Alpine is determined to keep their car evolving throughout the season, with the team already working on various upgrades to improve their performance. The Ferrari-style front wing is just the tip of the iceberg, as they plan to bring new developments as often as possible. Their upgrade plan last year was aggressive, and they plan to continue that trend this season. While it may not be feasible to bring upgrades to every race due to the evolving nature of the cars, the team will attempt to develop something new at every opportunity. These upgrades may not always be visible to the naked eye, as they could include subtle changes that only add to the car's performance. With the same resources and finances as last year, if not better, the team is eager to get to work and push their car to new heights. Ocon's enthusiasm for the 2023 car was palpable when he spoke to the media. He described the new car as a good evolution from the previous year's model and spoke passionately about the intricate details of the car's construction. He said, "I'm a very mechanical guy, and I like to get up close and personal with the bodywork and suspension. And let me tell you, the 2022 car looks like a toy compared to what we have now." Ocon went on to explain that the level of detail and the quality of the parts was very impressive and proper race car spec. He was particularly impressed by the weight-saving solutions and the design of the cockpit. According to Ocon, the attention to detail in the car's construction is not only good for reliability, but also indicates that the team has taken a significant step forward. He said, "It was a step from 21 to 22, and now it's a huge step again in 23. So we'll see if that translates to performance, but already it is a step, that's what I can see." On the other hand, Aston Martin is proceeding with caution despite raising eyebrows with their impressive lap times during F1 preseason testing, while Fernando Alonso's laps hinted at a positive change of fortunes for the team. Team principal Mike Crack isn't too quick to jump to conclusions about their form. He noted that previous expectations were dashed after the first race weekend, where the team went from P4, P10 in the 3-day test to being out in Q1. Crack emphasized the difficulty in making a proper judgment based solely on a test, cautioning against reading too much into their preseason form. But rivals McLaren are in a dire situation. McLaren's outlook for the upcoming F1 season appears to be filled with obstacles once again. The team's recent 3-day test in Bahrain was a difficult one, with their 2023 car facing aerodynamic issues that make it too draggy. Additionally, they continue to struggle with the wheel bros on the MCL60, which has hindered their ability to conduct proper testing. As a result, Lando Norris could only manage 11th place on the final day, with newcomer Oscar Piastri finished even further down in 16th. Norris was clearly frustrated with the situation, as F1 presenter Will Buxton reported seeing him punch a flimsy wall on his way to the driver's room. It was evident that Norris was feeling the pressure of the team's struggles. Prepare for a thrilling ride as the 2023 F1 season edges closer. While Alpine could be brewing some surprises, McLaren seems to be in trouble. However, the battle between Alpine, Aston Martin and McLaren that is sure to be a nail-biting affair. The season opener in Bahrain can't come soon enough. We'd love to hear your predictions for the first race, so leave them in the comments below. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button to stay up to date on all the latest F1 action.